Now it's with great pleasure that I introduce you to Brian Kay. Brian is one of the top marketing and business building coaches in the financial services industry. He's helped over 10,000 insurance agents and financial advisors all over the country to eliminate prospecting from their lives forever and instead get motivated, ready-to-act clients calling them using his highly acclaimed turnkey prospecting and marketing systems. Brian has an uncanny ability to turn average agents and advisors into top six-figure income producers by leveraging their time, money, staff, and clients.
It's become apparent to me from working with insurance agents, with financial advisors, CPAs, tax preparers, et cetera, over the last 11 years that there are a great number of insurance agents and advisors out there who are literally starving because they just don't have a proven system for generating a consistent stream of new prospects and leads and clients and referrals. And I want to just give you a drop of background on myself before we get started. I started a local college funding business about 14 years ago. I went to Cornell University, had quite a few friends as well as classmates who literally ended up having to drop out of school because of the high cost of tuition. And after I had graduated, I decided to make it my life and business mission to help middle and upper middle class families as well as upper income families pay for college without spending their life savings or going broke in the process. Now, the reason I didn't hone in or focus in on the lower income is those folks happen to get quite a bit of aid if they do go through the application process, so they're not the ones who have the issues. It's the upper middle class and the higher income folks who, paradoxically enough, are the ones who, because they make a decent living, end up not getting any funds or having a tough time getting funds and just truly end up needing the help the most. I ended up building an extremely successful local practice with hundreds of clients who came to see me each and every year. And then what started happening after doing the business for a couple of years is I started having insurance agents and financial planners and investment advisors as well as CPAs and tax preparers come to me and offer me just outrageous sums of money to teach them how to offer college funding in their local areas so that they, too, could build their existing practice using college funding as kind of a door opener, which would enable them to offer additional financial services. So hence the name, how any insurance agent or financial advisor can add an extra $5,000 to $25,000 per month to their existing practice with absolutely no cold calling. I started offering our college funding client attraction system to insurance agents and financial advisors and CPAs all over the country about 11 years ago. And I'm happy to report that we now have over 10,000 members across the United States, including Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico, using our proprietary client attraction system. And in many cases, we've turned average agents and advisors into top six and even some seven-figure income producers using the strategies that we're going to talk about. First thing I wanted to start off discussing are the 6 biggest mistakes that prevent most agents and advisors from making a 6 or 7-figure income. And then towards the middle to the end of today's call, we're going to discuss exactly how you can set up strategies to avoid these mistakes. The first mistake that the majority of agents and advisors make is selling future needs instead of immediate needs. And I think that this is the biggest mistake that most agents and advisors make, and it could literally mean the difference between earning a very modest living for the rest of your career or becoming a top 6 or 7-figure income producer. For example, life insurance, disability insurance, retirement planning, estate planning, just to name a few of the areas that many people get involved in financial services. If you think about what all of these areas have in common, every single one of them is a future need. Nobody has to do anything about any of these issues right now, and that's a tremendous problem, and also why this industry ends up resorting to trying to teach agents, reps, and advisors how to create what I would consider false urgency. And the problem with the creation of urgency is it isn't real. And so right out of the gate, you're starting out with a tremendous handicap, which leads me to mistake number 2, which is trying to be all things to all people. Everyone thinks that the best thing that they can do is go back and get a ton of designations. You know, if you just get your CHFC or your CLU or your CFP or your RIA, you know, that's going to basically make everyone beat a path to your door. Unfortunately, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm not suggesting that you don't have any understanding of what you do, but what I am suggesting is that although these initials may mean a lot to you and other peers in your industry, they don't translate into anything necessarily for your prospects and your clients. And if you do not have a constant stream of new prospects and clients entering your doors, you will definitely go broke, even if you have every single designation known to man, including MBAs and every other educational credit that's offered in this industry. Which leads me to mistake number 3, which is failure to charge fees in addition to commissions. I consider this to be a huge mistake. There's a major myth being perpetuated in this industry that for some reason it's okay for a doctor, it's okay for a lawyer, it's okay for an accountant to charge fees for their time and to cover their time costs, but heaven forbid if any agent or advisor does that. It's just something that's not done in this industry. And so people will go literally weeks and, even months with the same prospect without any fee whatsoever, just to find out towards the end that they're going to end up using their brother-in-law, or, I need to think it over. And so far you've put in 10, 20, 30 hours with that particular person or couple or family, and you have absolutely nothing to show for it. And a lot of people in this industry feel that they cannot charge fees because of compliance issues or NASD regulations, which is true under certain conditions. And a little bit later what we're going to do is explain exactly how you can, in fact, charge fees for your time without violating compliance or NASD regulations, which leads me into mistake number 4, which is basically what I would term trying to bag the white elephant. What a lot of people in this industry call big case-itis. I think everyone knows what I'm referring to. Everyone comes in and tells you that the best way to become rich in the financial services business is to go after seniors with high net worths over $2 million so you can do huge estate planning deals and all sorts of big dollar commission sales, which is great, and I have absolutely no problem with the concept of pursuing these types of deals, but it certainly cannot be the core focus of a practice. Those things can and do happen. And again, I certainly have absolutely no issue with the pursuit of those types of deals, but let them come in addition to the consistent, never-ending smaller deals, which allow you to have a really solid, predictable cash flow. So this leads me to mistake number 5, which is the failure to find and sell to a starving market. There were 2 brothers, and they both wanted to start a hamburger stand. And one brother said to the other brother, I guarantee you that I can outsell you any day of the week. All I want is one benefit. You can have every other benefit that you can think of, and I guarantee you that I'm going to wipe the pants off you and outsell you day in and day out. You can go ahead and take any benefit that you want, and all I'm going to ask for is this one thing. So the other brother sat there for a moment and said, sure, I'd like to have the best food. So the brother said back to him, you got it. And then he said, well, if I can have whatever I want, I also want to have the best service and the best staff. Fine, you have that too. And while we're at it, if I still have some other things that I'm allowed to have, I'd like the best location. You can have every single one of those things. You can keep every single one of them, and I'm still going to beat the pants off of you. So the other brother scratched his head and said, okay, tell me what the one thing that you want is, because I can't imagine that with all of those benefits I'm going to have over you that you're going to be able to outsell me. And what the brother said was, all I want is a starving crowd, and I'm going to go ahead and beat the pants off of you every day of the week. And if you think about that, that goes for virtually any business. It doesn't matter how good a product that you have or how good a service you have if you're not in front of a starving crowd or a starving market. You need to market to people who are what I would term in heat for what it is that you have to offer. Seniors with high net worths are not a starving market. These people have had 30 or so years to generate relationships with other advisors, and I'm not suggesting that you cannot market to these people, but what I am suggesting is that this is not a starving crowd, which leads me into the final mistake, which is mistake number 6, what I consider the definition of insanity, doing the same things over and over in business and expecting a different result. It's almost like being a gerbil in a wheel that just keeps spinning around and around. It doesn't figure out that if it just hopped off, that it would actually go someplace. And the insurance and financial services industry, if anyone's got their eyes open, is changing lightning fast. There's been a repeal of the Glass-Steagall Act, which allows banks and other institutions to market financial services directly to their clients. And if you think about it, these people have existing relationships with these people, which is definitely, if done properly, an unfair advantage over you. The Internet is another issue. There are tons of quotation services, et cetera, that are trying to commoditize and pretty much doing a good job of commoditizing the insurance and financial services industry. And basically, you could just jump online, type in, what you're looking for, and check 50 different companies or 100 different companies in a matter of seconds and find out what the best rate is. So if you're selling on price or product alone, and if you don't differentiate yourself from these people and create a magnetic client attraction system, you're either going to be out of this business or you're going to be seriously hurting. And what you need to do is find something that allows you to fly in under the radar and attract clients to something that is magnetic, such as college funding. So what I want to do is talk about how you can correct these 6 mistakes instantly, and in the process add an extra $5,000 to $25,000 a month to your existing business with absolutely no cold calling. I assure you that we've now taught over 10,000 advisors from all over the country how to do this using a proprietary 4-phase marketing process. And the information that I'm going to share with you right now is not being taught by any of the industry seminars, trade journals, or top sales trainers. So let's begin with phase number 1 of this 4-phase process. Phase number 1 is you must set up an urgency-based marketing system. You have to market to a starving crowd with a pre-existing need to do something about an urgent or a pressing problem so that you don't have to artificially create that urgency. Each year, over 5 million families have to figure out how they're going to send their children to college. And many colleges and universities these days charge anywhere from $20,000 to upwards of $30,000+ per year. Many of these families have 2 or 3 children. It could literally end up costing a family hundreds of thousands of dollars before they're done. I'm not sure if any of you are fans of Harry Dent or if you've read anything about the baby boomer population in the marketplace, but it's expected to explode by over 500% over the next decade. Many of these folks have children who are college-bound, and it's a perfect segue into that marketplace. They're desperate for help, and they're willing to pay a fair fee for the advice, and they're extremely easy to find and target, unlike many of these other marketplaces like seniors or high-net-worth individuals, where you literally end up having to plod through tons of mailing lists and unqualified prospects to find a couple of pieces of gold in that pile. In the college funding industry, there are specific lists of college-bound students and their parents, and it's extremely easy to target and to find these people with virtually no waste circulation. Also, one of the best parts of this marketplace is that it replenishes itself every single year, which leads me to phase number 2 of the 4-phase marketing process. Once you've set up an urgency-based marketing system, you're going to also want to set up a fee-based advisory selling system. Now, earlier I had mentioned that you have to charge fees in addition to commissions because people will value the advice that you give them and you no longer end up working for free. A lot of you are concerned that charging fees would violate NASD or compliance regulations, and that does happen to be true if you're charging a fee for investment advice only and you don't have an RIA designation. It is not true if you're charging a fee for consulting advice that has absolutely nothing to do with investments. Most of our advisors charge anywhere from $695 to upwards of $995 for their time alone and advice up front, and then they go ahead and schedule a separate appointment entirely to discuss each of their clients' insurance or financial planning needs. So as long as you keep these 2 activities separate, and you let your clients know that you're only going to be charging a fee for your college funding advice, not your investment advice, you are permitted to charge fees. And basically that leads me into the 3rd phase, setting up or creating a door opener to insurance or financial services. And the major mistake in this industry and what's taught in this industry is that most agents and advisors are taught to start their relationships by selling product, like life insurance, annuities, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, etc. These agents and advisors, or the companies that teach them to do this, think that by offering the best product from the most well-respected company at the best price, that's what prospects are looking for. And based on years and years of watching reality, nothing could be further from the truth. I don't care if people are buying financial services or any other product or service. They're buying solutions to problems that they have, and they want relationships. People do not want to buy products. They want to buy solutions to their problems. So you have to start out offering prospects a solution to their most pressing problems, create rapport, and develop a relationship with them, which is naturally going to translate to helping these people with their insurance and overall financial planning needs. And I'd like to take a closer look at offering college funding services as a door opener, for example. So first of all, people meet with you one-on-one or they go to a college funding workshop. These people normally would not meet with you otherwise, because if you sat down and tried to go directly at them with insurance or financial services, most likely they would probably put their radar up and be fearful of being sold something. And that is not the way they react when you approach them with a solution to their college financing problems. Typically, most families will be happy to sit down and divulge their entire financial situation to you within the first 15 minutes of meeting with them. Why do they do this? Because basically they understand that the only way that you can help them as an advisor to determine whether or not you're going to be able to do anything for them when it comes time for them to do college funding is by basically knowing how much they make, where their savings are, what their investments are, how much insurance coverage they currently have, how much their home is worth, etc. Now, once these folks discover that you can help them send their children to college without having to spend their life savings, it automatically bonds them to you, which is such an incredibly important concept. There is nothing that works better in a selling relationship than having prospects as well as clients bond to you first before you introduce products and services in the realm of long-term planning. And your positioning is no longer as a salesperson, but instead a trusted advisor. Now, a lot of the gurus in this industry pay lip service to trusted advisor selling versus being, a pushy salesperson. But I really have not seen any of these folks give advisors a system or a way of doing this, because they're still teaching you to go in as a product salesperson, masked with calling it a trusted advisor system. And that's just not the way to gain access to being a trusted advisor. The advantage of a CPA, if you read any publication or survey, is that most people have the highest level of trust and relationships with their accountants, and the reason is that they're starting out not as product salespeople, but basically they're solving a problem, which is taxes for their clients, and they're bonding to their clients. And this is something that you need to do to be successful in any business, especially this one. The next phase, once you've gotten in the door through college funding, is you're going to ask clients what we call the $100,000 question. What you say is this: if while I'm reviewing your information, I discover anything that could help your overall financial situation, would you like me to tell you about it on our next appointment? And virtually every client that gets asked this question will say yes. And you've just received permission to help these folks with their insurance needs, their retirement planning needs, their 401k rollovers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And positioning is the key to becoming successful in this business, and that's why you want to take a door-opening approach to offering insurance and financial services, which basically leads me to the final phase in the 4-phase marketing process, which is the RX squared exponential growth system. This is just a fancy name for generating referrals and renewals. Every single advisor on today's call, if you've been in this business for any period of time, has to understand the importance of a good referral and customer retention strategy. Unfortunately, very few advisors have a proven system or strategy for maximizing these crucial business skills. The reality is there's very few people who run around and say to their friends, I've got the absolute greatest insurance salesman in the world. You just got to give them a call and meet with them. These types of things, unfortunately, almost never happen. And this is not to be disparaging to anyone on the call in insurance or financial services, which means that what usually does happen is it forces most agents and advisors to resort to pushy referral techniques, like saying things like, I get paid in 2 ways, or who else do you know who could use an insurance policy, or who'd like to protect their life savings or their children, or those types of referral strategies are extremely outdated. They absolutely turn people off, and it ends up yielding very few, if any, referrals. What typically ends up happening is that most advisors just simply stop asking for referrals after a while, and that truly is a shame, because the easiest thing to do is grow your business through referrals and renewals. And within 6 to 12 months of any business, the majority of your new business should actually come from those two sources. So if you're honest with yourself, and if that's not the way that your business is set up, and you are constantly tied to spending money on cold calling techniques or new marketing techniques, then basically there's a problem in the core way that you're setting up your business. And that's why you want to focus on creating a front-end service that's a magnet, like college funding, which automatically has a high built-in referability factor. If you think about it, parents, guidance counselors, CPAs, lawyers, and other respected community members naturally want to tell people about their source for how to pay for college without going broke. And it's extremely easy to get these people and also a regular client to invite friends, relatives, classmates, or coworkers to a free college funding workshop, or at the bare minimum to refer these people to be put onto a free monthly college funding newsletter. The other thing that you can do is offer a free report on college funding or how to pay for college, or any of dozens of other non-threatening referral strategies that we teach our cash members. Also, college funding is something that families automatically have to apply for a minimum of 4 consecutive years. And most families have 2 to 3 children, which could mean that potentially you will have these people as clients for the next 12 consecutive years, if not longer. Which means that if you do a good job in the first year, you're automatically going to renew most of these folks for years 3 through however long, 12 years, 14 years. And you can easily charge people renewal fees in the range of $300 to $500 per year, maybe even higher, depending on who the member is. But it also gives you an excellent opportunity or reason to do an annual review of these clients' insurance and financial needs. So basically, you have something that's built-in referability, built-in renewability, as well as built-in urgency. And all these things make the selling process and the marketing process hundreds of times easier than if they don't pre-exist. And the problem is that many of the advisors on today's call are probably excellent salespeople, pretty darn good marketers, but you've been going about trying to sell products that just do not have urgency, referability, and renewability built into that process. And without those 3 things, I don't care how good you are at everything else, you're truly fighting an uphill battle. Tim Austin, are you there?
I am here.
All right. Would you just take a moment and briefly describe what you did prior to getting started with using college funding as a door opener, why you got involved using, and what overall impact these strategies have had on your business and your personal life?
Well, as I was mentioning before, the first 10 years of my life in the financial services industry was go after any type of business that was out there. And it never really gave me that specific thing. The idea of those 12 appointments was to sell 2 of them. Well, in the business that we have today through your kit and through your training, I'm able to run 12 appointments and sell 12 people. I work maybe 25 to 35 hours now a week in my college funding business to generate, well, now it would be, since the time we started.
Why don't you start with telling where you started? What was the biggest year you had before becoming involved with college?
The biggest year I ever had was about just under $70,000. And nowadays, I do have a 7-figure income. It's a drastic change. And I know for some people that might be hard to believe. Well, I'll tell you, it didn't happen overnight. But what did happen within the first 12 months is I was able to lower my work hours by half, and I went to $180,000 of adjusted gross revenue there. I started to be very, very happy in my business. If I didn't want to work nights, I didn't have to work nights.
That's awesome. And the other thing that I definitely notice with the people who become incredibly successful is the financial success. It ends up becoming the byproduct of the fact that you're happy and
Sure.
you're passionate about what you're doing.
Sure.
And the one thing that we haven't, really harped on, but really to me is one of the biggest benefits, is that it's just plain fun, this business.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is amazing. And ultimately being thanked for it and doing something quite incredibly helpful for these folks. There's no degree of I'm not doing what's right for them, I'm just trying to figure out a way to sell them something. These people need this help. What you're doing for them saves them hundreds of thousands of dollars and potentially helps them acquire millions of dollars long term over the course of a lifetime. Absolutely. And you're being compensated fairly for it.
And when you help a family with their college funding and get their kids through college in a comfortable manner, they are never, ever going to leave you. They are going to do all of their planning with you. They're going to do the retirement planning. They're going to do their estate planning. When their parents ask them a question about who they use because they have some planning to do, they're going to refer their parents to you. I do more senior business now than I ever did when I was actually working the senior marketplace because I get referred up to the parents.
It's truly amazing.
It's a great, great system, and again, it can be done on your terms.
Thanks so much. And that being said, I just want to really thank you for giving your time and sharing your stories. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the last chapter of Just Based on Time, but thank you again.
Thank you.
I mean, there are countless amazing stories, and hopefully when you become a member, you'll have an opportunity to meet some of these guys in person. We do live conferences, et cetera, and it really does become this incredible, thriving community. As I mentioned, I decided to do this as a test because I felt that once many of you had a chance to discover for yourself how powerful these strategies could be for your overall practice, that you would literally be kicking yourself for not signing up as a cash member sooner. So what I've decided to do is I put together a one-time only special offer for those of you who have listened in today. And what we have available is 2 memberships. We have a gold membership and a platinum membership. And for those of you who want to use our proven 4-phase college funding client attraction system that we've described, the first step in the process is to become a cash member. The gold membership includes over $3,000 in membership benefits for 1 full year. You get the startup manual, which is called How to Add an Extra $5,000 to $25,000 per month to your existing business with absolutely no cold calling. And that's basically the guts of the entire system. It reveals the entire proprietary 4-phase process in detail. The second thing that you get is the Power Marketing Arsenal, which includes ads, sales letters, scripts that are all turnkeyed and that were developed by some of the nation's top copywriters that you can turn around and literally just plug your name and address into and start using immediately. Third thing that you get is the Unlimited Profits and Success CD training series, which literally walks you through the entire system. You can listen to them in your car, at home, and it reinforces everything that you get in the training manual. The additional manual that you also get is the College Funding Made Easy training manual, which is everything you'd ever want to know about the technical side of the practice, so you feel comfortable offering a college funding service. You'll also get a DVD of top producer Tim Austin, who you just heard from, on how to close 90% or more of your appointments and get paid fees of $695 to, I guess, Ron is going to be my all-time high that I'm aware of up to $1,800. And it's an actual DVD of Tim doing a sales presentation, closing a fee, and then getting them converted into long-term planning clients. The last 2 things that you'll also get with the Gold membership are 4 certificates for free telephone consults where you can call into our office, get any of your questions answered on any topic, including marketing or the technical side of the business, etc. And finally, you are entitled to a 1-year subscription to our monthly newsletter called the Cash Marketing Breakthroughs newsletter. And basically, the gold package is over 4 pounds worth of solid business building and marketing advice and information. And the annual fee for this membership is only $497 plus $28.35 for shipping and handling, which includes a 60-day free trial to our Inner Circle membership, and it comes with a 6-month risk-free money-back guarantee. And that's basically what the Gold membership entails. We also have a Platinum membership, which includes every single thing that I've just described in the Gold membership, plus these additional membership benefits, which are valued at an additional $2,400. You get unlimited VIP access to our telephone and fax and email advisory service. You actually get a private call-in number, fax number, and email address that you can call, fax, or email with your questions at any time, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You're not limited by the consultation certificates of the Gold Kit. This is very valuable to members who want to get started and get feedback from our experts at the office immediately and don't want to wait or be cut off. And the second Platinum Members Only benefit that you get is a Platinum Members Only brainstorming and mastermind marketing call, which is similar to what we're doing right now, but we will have a bunch of our top producing cash members where they will actually sit down and give you throughout the call a quick start process to immediately set up your business so that you can earn a six-figure or even seven-figure income in the college funding business within, basically the next 12 to 24 months. The final Platinum Member Only benefit that you get is a 4-CD series on how to become a top 6 or 7-figure income producer, which were recorded private interviews and speeches that were done by our top producing members of the Cash organization. And they reveal exactly, step-by-step, the process that they implemented in order to build a 6- and 7-figure income practice. The annual fee for the Platinum membership is only $697 plus $34.75 shipping and handling. The Platinum membership also includes a 60-day free trial to our Inner Circle membership and a 6-month risk-free money-back guarantee. It's a double guarantee, and here's basically how the guarantee works. First, you get a full 90-day, 100% unconditional total satisfaction guarantee. You have 90 days to examine the kit, test it, and use the Cash system. If you're not amazed with your results or thrilled with the system for any reason whatsoever, or literally for no reason at all, you can simply return it and get a full refund of your entire membership fee less any shipping and handling, with no hassles, no fine print, no weasel clauses whatsoever. Second part of the double guarantee is this. You must earn at least $30,000 in additional revenue within the first 6 months from the date that you sign up for your membership, or, again, you can return the system and get a full money-back refund. All that we ask is that if you choose to go the full 6 months, that you put on paper just one marketing strategy or business strategy that you use and tell us honestly that you did not end up earning an additional $30,000 as a result of using it. If you do that, we will give you every single penny back, less shipping and handling within your first entire 6 months from the date of becoming a Cash member. So once again, get a full 90-day unconditional money-back guarantee, no questions asked. You also get an additional 3 months after that, and all that we ask is that you try just one strategy, look us in the eye on paper, and tell us that you tried something, anything, and if you still did not generate the extra $30,000, which is almost impossible if you do anything, you can ask for a refund, and you've got it.
Which leads me to the special offer for those of you who are on the call today. I'm willing to offer the first 17 people on today's call who sign up before midnight tonight the Platinum membership at the Gold membership fee of only $497 plus $34.75 shipping and handling. That is a full $200 savings off of the normal Platinum membership fee, which equates literally to about $1.36 a day or less than the cost of a cup of coffee. You should be able to recoup your entire investment after generating your very first college funding fee-based sale. Since you're going to charge anywhere from $695 to $995, we do have some advisors who charge literally as high as $3,500 plus a monthly membership fee and get it consistently. So that you should recoup the entire cost of membership immediately with your very first sale. Most of our members end up signing their first client within the first 2 weeks of receiving the startup materials, just from going back to their existing clients and prospects. And just to give you an insight, you will never, ever receive an offer like the one I'm making right here again from me. I'm even going to allow those of you who do end up calling, and if you are one of the first 17 callers, you can go ahead and split your membership fee into 2 equal installments of $268 each on your credit card, one now and one 30 days from now. And as I stated earlier, this membership comes with a full 6-month risk-free money-back guarantee. So there's absolutely no risk. It's completely reversed. And if you do choose to take care of your membership in full, I'll also go ahead and send you a copy of elite producer Scott Weingold and John Hollis's audio CD training talk, where they talked about how to name your price, the secret technique that top producers use to make high-priced services seem like the deal of the century to clients. This talk is valued at $97. and we're going to go ahead and include it as our gift to you for taking care of your membership fee in full when you sign up today. However, you must go ahead and act now. Since we cannot handle 17 or more phone calls coming in simultaneously to our office, what I've done is I've gone ahead and set up a separate automated registration line for you to give a call to. And what I'd like you to do right now is pick up your phone and call the automated registration line at 1-800-926-5399 to automatically activate your Platinum membership at the discounted rate over the phone and get your startup materials immediately. Once again, we only have 17 Platinum memberships available at the discounted rate, and this offer is only valid if you're one of the first 17 callers to call on a first-come, first-served basis. Otherwise, you will be placed on a waiting list, and you'll be given the opportunity to sign up for a Gold or a Platinum membership at the normal full membership fee, which is still a bargain based on the results that you'll get from the system and the fact that you can recoup the entire investment with your very first sale. If you still have any questions, what I'm going to urge you to do is to first call the automated registration line to reserve one of the 17 available Platinum kits so you don't miss out, and then you can leave all of your contact information, and one of our staff will return your call within 24 to 48 hours. So one final time, once again, the toll-free automated registration line is 1-800-926-5399. So please go ahead, hang up the phone, call and reserve one of the 17 discounted Platinum memberships. And again, if you have any further questions after you secure that, go ahead and leave full contact information, and one of our staff will give you a call back within the next 24 to 48 hours. Thank you all for being on today's call, and I do appreciate it. I hope you got a lot out of today's call, and regardless of what you decide to do, I look forward to speaking to many of you when you do become cash members. I wish you the best of luck and best wishes for success. And again, thank you so much, Ron, Chris, and Tim, for being on today's call. Bye, everybody.